So, hey folks, we are over here at 14620 Airlie Road in Monmouth, and this is a really special property, and it deserves an extra type of video tour for you. So today we're here with Rhonda, and we're just gonna get the story of the house because this is not just a house. So we appreciate you taking the time to check this out. So Rhonda, talk to us a little bit about why this property is so unique.
Well, this actually, Airlie was a town at one time. It had a train here and a full town, but no church.
Yeah.
And so the Wilson family donated the land. The kids of the town actually collected most of the money to build the church, and then volunteers put it up. And it was opened in 1919, so it's 105 years old now. It's gone through a lot of different transitions. It's been the church, it's been a school, it went back to a church, and then in 1964, they sold it to become a residence.
So this is one of those dream properties where people are always thinking like, oh, I'd love to like find a church and turn it into a house. And that's what we're sitting in today.
Right.
So this was the Airlie Church 100 years ago.
This was it. It doesn't have its steeple anymore, but if you look for it online or in the books, it still has it was great for the people. I've met people who came to church here and met people who have gone to school here.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah. And we'll do our best to dig up some of those really fun, like older, if not historic photographs and show them to you during this video too. That'd be really fun.
The two stories I think that I really like about this church that I've heard from people around the area, during World War II, there were 4 boys from the area, you know, the towns and all, that had polio.
Okay.
They brought them to this church, and this is where they stayed throughout the whole time that they were ill. The doctor would go, he had to go to Washington, the state of Washington, to get the pills that he was giving the boys.
Wow.
And he took care of them. And the man I met, he wasn't crippled by the polio, and his brother made sure that he got up and walked.
So you've met some of these people in your tenure at this home.
Yep.
That's incredible.
He and I saw each other almost every day, and he had a lot of good stories. And then the other story that I was really surprised at, one day I look up out of the garden and there's this family standing out the door. Have no idea who they are. And I walk, you know. Turns out the mother, there was grandma, mom, and child. And the grandmother wanted to show her daughter where she was born. So she took her in, and you might be able to see that room, and that girl was born back there, and she was really excited to see that. That was really fun.
So she was born in the church,
in the house,
in the bedroom downstairs.
Uh-huh.
We'll show that on the screen while we're talking about that.
Yeah, and that was, like I said, it was really fun meeting that family.
Now that's a really, really unique opportunity to get to connect with the community and hear the history that your home has, not just with you and the previous homeowners, but truly with the entire community.
Yeah, this is a community church, right? And it was, I don't know, it was just a very active place.
Yeah.
Very active place.
Now, Rhonda, the very first time that I got to meet you and Michael at your house, I heard some additional stories that we should totally share as part of this, because you were telling me about, you know, where the, oh gosh, I was going to say pulpit. I don't want to misuse words. Like, you know, everything behind us and what, like, this room used to be. So talk to us a little bit more about some of the history there too, because we can show those rooms on the screen while we talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So all of this was built, you know, it was just a church with a 16-foot ceiling. The preacher would stand up there and do his sermons. There's stairs that you go up there, but the stairs to the side of we call it the stage. Actually, the stairs are in the closet in the downstairs bedroom. And so it's kind of strange to have those stairs, but I'm really happy they didn't take them out because you still have what it was. The bathroom is a very large bathroom.
And that's the downstairs bathroom that we'll show you.
Yeah, the downstairs. It was actually the nursery. So you have two doors into the bathroom, one from the entrance, from the front door, that they could take the babies in, and then they would come out of the other door into the church. So they never had to open the big doors.
So that's why there's two ways in and out of the main level bathroom.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Yes. Everybody wants to know where that door goes, and I just tell them, well, it just goes to the front door.
Yes. And speaking of bathrooms, this building predates conventional modern plumbing.
Yes.
So what's the fun story behind that that's interesting to share with prospective buyers?
Well, our shed is actually the outhouse for the church. And it's not that large, and the middle wall has been taken down, but there again are two doors on it, and each little room had windows in it. And it's back on the driveway now, but it used to sit out front, and I'm sure it got moved around quite a bit.
So there's even history with the shed
Yes.
on this property.
In
Yes.
fact, I've always called it the outhouse.
So the shed was the outhouse. The chicken coop is just a normal chicken coop, right?
Right. My husband, Michael, he built that for me, and we had chickens for quite a while. It was fun having them.
Love it. And what are some of the, in addition to just all the charm and character and uniqueness and history of this home, what are some of the things that you guys have really enjoyed about the location and the area? Just in case we're talking to people who aren't familiar with this area of the Mid-Valley.
Well, this little valley that comes through here, I don't know if it has a name, but it's really changed since we've been here. But I honestly believe that this is one of the most beautiful places in Oregon. The house has wonderful views, and you just get everything right here at this house. It has changed from being all grass fields to now they're moving into hazelnuts and wineries.
Yeah.
And so that's been a big change and fun to watch.
Yeah, we've got, of course, grass fields, but Christmas tree farms,
Christmas
hazelnuts
tree,
or filberts, depending on where you're from. And there's great wineries very close to here, right?
Oh, yes. Just a couple of miles away.
So it's an amazing opportunity to have like quiet, serene country living and still have very easy access to multiple city centers and recreation opportunities and wineries. It's a really fun opportunity in that regard.
The other thing that I really have loved about the house is our family get-togethers. My mother and stepfather were alive when we first got this, and we would have family dinner every weekend. But my side of the family, there are about 37 people, and we have at times had at least 33 of them. And it's a big enough house that people can be here and you're not crowded. And has always been really a fun thing about the house. We've had weddings here.
Oh, wow.
We've had, when my stepfather and my mother passed away, we would have our family dinners here when that happened, and just parties, just birthday parties. Our 50th wedding anniversary, and the next day my youngest daughter got married, so that was a big fun.
So this can be both a quiet, relaxing retreat for you, or it can be the hub of all the socialization for your family.
That's right.
It's very versatile.
That's right.
Yes. But before we wrap up, let's talk a little bit about the garden, because you've got basically a quarter-acre lot here with some wonderful plantings, and we know that whoever gets to be the next steward of this lovely home and property is going to really appreciate that. So what are some of the fun things you've enjoyed growing and tending to here?
Oh, goodness, there's a lot out there, and most of them are perennials.
Perennials, yeah.
So they just come back every year, and that always makes easy gardening. The apple tree was here when we got here. And some years the apples are good and other years they aren't, just kind of depending on what year, and I'm never sure what happens. But the apple tree I think is really special because who knows how long it's been here. We have a Asian pear that it produces every other year. And if you've never had an Asian pear, they're worth they're worth having. Yes.
They're fun, yeah.
And then last year I realized that one of my plantings turned out to be a pomegranate tree, and I had no idea that's what it was. But last year we received about 6 little pomegranates, and we were all very shocked. One of the first things I put in was a tree peony, which is blooming right now. I love that. But like I say, most of the things will come back. There's lots of roses, hydrangeas. Yeah, just a lot.
There's
Columbine, they'll start blooming here pretty soon. And peonies, regular peonies that people plant.
Yeah. And if the people watching this, if our viewers aren't actually from the Mid-Valley, oh my goodness, this is like gardener's paradise. I mean, I like to joke that it's almost like you have to intentionally prevent things from growing if you don't want them to grow here.
Exactly.
We've got, I think it's the same grow zone as the panhandle of Florida. And things like roses, apples, I think that's all the same family. Lots of fruits and vegetables and ornamentals just grow amazingly well here. It's not just conifers and Japanese maples. Yeah.
Well, when Michael and I moved to the area, it's been about 35 years now, we both laughed because we would pull weeds, set them aside, and they would grow. You had to pick them up and get them out of there. Otherwise, they would just find the dirt and start growing.
I love it.
Yes.
That's a good advertisement for gardening in the Mid-Willamette Valley right there. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a beautiful place to garden. It really is.
Excellent. Well, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to do this today. And as you can see, we've truly got a special property here. It's not just a house, it's got a lot of charm and really history and connection with the community. So we thank you very kindly for taking the time to check this out, and we're here for questions that you have. So thanks so much, and bye for now.
Goodbye.